Hello, writers. Welcome to this week's vocab enrichment example story. Have mercy, the mouse cried, curled up in a weary ball in the dry grass. The snake hissed and bared its fangs, dripping with venom. If you don't eat me, I can tell you where there's a nice fat gopher, much juicier than I am. The snake hesitated for a moment, its eyes flickering with greed. That's right, the mouse said, a gopher with 6 little babies. He wriggled up to a sitting position. Just think how they'll taste, like little meatballs. He looked up hopefully. The snake tilted its head at the mouse, eyes gleaming. Well then, follow me. I'll show you the way. The mouse bounced forward, more relaxed. All at once, the snake opened its mouth, lunged forward, and seized the mouse in its 2 ravenous jaws. First word is mercy, which means withholding punishment or harm, showing compassion. You can see this hand is reaching down to help this person who's down here, who's in trouble in some way. And especially in this case, it's the snake was going to eat the mouse. There was going to be this harm coming to the mouse, but then the mouse was asking for mercy to say, "Don't eat me, don't eat me." When has someone shown you mercy? Maybe you were going to be sent on timeout or be grounded by your parents, but then they changed their mind and they said, it's okay, you can try again. It happens if your teacher assigns a homework assignment and then you forget to turn it in and they say, it's okay, you can have another chance. Venom is a noun, poison that comes from an animal or insect. You can see the yellow venom dripping from the snake's fangs here. Our connections, venom versus poison. Poison is the more general category. It can come from lots of different things like chemicals or plants or herbs. But venom is specifically from an animal or an insect. So spider venom, snake venom, scorpion venom, all of those things. Flicker is a verb, a brief movement as if going suddenly on, then off again. And so sometimes you find light bulbs that will flicker where the lights will just very briefly go. Um, our connections flicker versus blink. And blink might seem the same as if it's going on off or this kind of sudden movement, but blink is more intentional. If you're blinking your eyes, or it can be more regular. If the lights are blinking on and off, then it's like blink, blink, blink. But a flicker is less intentional or more random because the lights will not be flickering on purpose, but because they'll be broken. Lunge is a verb, to move forward suddenly and forcefully. You can see this fencer here is lunging forward to stab her foil towards her opponent. Um, and it's called a lunge because she's putting her whole body weight into it. She's moving with the weight onto her leg, and she's thrusting her arm forward, and it's this sudden motion. Lunge versus leap. You could use either of these if you're talking about something kind of moving forward suddenly. So what's the difference? The leap is more of a jump. So your both feet are leaving the ground if you're going to describe the leaping forward. Whereas the lunging forward, you don't necessarily have to leave the ground at all. You could be on your stomach on the ground and then lunge forward by pushing your body. Ravenous is an adjective meaning wildly hungry. You can see this ravenous lion is going after the wildebeest in this picture. And if you're ravenous, you just want to go after it, tear it apart, eat it as quickly as possible. Ravenous and voracious. Maybe you've heard of the word voracious before. They're both kind of long and fancy words that do mean hungry, but there is a slight difference because of where the words came from. Ravenous has the root of this rav that comes from the word ravage, which is like tearing something apart, tearing it to pieces. Voracious comes from the root word of devour. So it's more emphasizing taking something into yourself. So voracious has to do with how much you want to eat. If you're a voracious reader, you read so many books, but you would never call someone a ravenous reader because ravenous means like you want to attack it, you want to tear it to shreds.